Welcome to the Underestimated Voices podcast, where we amplify the voices of those that have been overlooked and underestimated. Join us as we share their inspiring stories and shed light on the issues that matter most. It's time to give these voices the platform they deserve.
Greetings everyone, welcome to the Underestimated Voices podcast. I want to send a huge thank you to each and every person out there that take their precious time to listen to the podcast and also to encourage us. Thank you so much. Before we start, I just want to wish a happy podcast day as we celebrate the power of storytelling, the art of conversations, and the impact of spoken word. As we gather to honor this day, I extend my warmest wishes to each and every podcaster out there. Happy African Podcast Day on this day, the 12th February 2024. In today's episode, we'll discuss how to establish healthy boundaries in our relationship and why it is crucial for our well-being. So we're going to look at setting boundaries. When we talk about setting boundaries, it's an essential part of any relationship. It's about defining what is acceptable and what is not in terms of behavior, emotions, and interactions. Boundaries are not about building walls, but rather creating a safe and respectful space for both individuals in the relationship. You might ask yourself, why are boundaries important? Well, boundaries are important because they help us maintain a sense of self-respect and self-worth. They also contribute to a healthy and balanced relationship dynamic. When we have clear boundaries, we can communicate our needs effectively and ensure that they are met. This leads to a more fulfilling and harmonious connection with our loved ones. Setting boundaries with love means approaching the process with empathy, understanding, and compassion. It involves having open and honest conversations with our partners about our needs and expectations. It also requires active listening and respecting the boundaries set by our loved ones. So here's the thing that I learned. I'll share about 4 tips that personally I learned them as I set boundaries with people around me. So here are some of the tips that I have learned and I was taught. So 1, respect. As I said, respect your partner's boundaries as much as you expect them to respect yours. 2, consistency. Once boundaries are established, it's important to maintain them consistently. Open communication. That's the 3rd one. Express your boundaries clearly and respectful and encourage your partner to do the same. Then the last one, amongst the many, by the way, I just said it to do 4. Take time to understand your own needs and limits before communicating them to your partner. So it's self-reflection, open communication, consistency, and respect. Those are things that I learned and I was taught about setting boundaries. They should be set in different relationships. You should be able to understand this, that in every relationship, there should be boundaries. Whether it's with a romantic partner, family member, friend, colleague, setting boundaries is essential in all types of relationship. Each relationship may require different boundaries, but the core principle of respect and understanding remains the same. So, as I conclude, let me tell you this. I remember as I was growing up, this thing of you don't understand why some certain things just happen to you. I had this friend. We were so close that he could do or say anything in my life. Then one day I was with one of my aunties. Then he was like, man, you love sugar mamas. Then I was like, the embarrassment that I had caused. That's when I realized I think I should set limits on how we joke and how we treat each other. From there onwards, I started to build and set up boundaries. These are not walls to protect you from anything, but just to set limits on how far a person can interact with you and how they can joke with you. So from that experience, I decided just to start to look around and start to see what kind of walls can I build so that people shouldn't cause such embarrassment, especially when it comes with the people around me. So as I conclude, setting boundaries with love is a fundamental aspect of nurturing healthy and fulfilling relationship. It allows us to honor our own needs while respecting the needs of those we care about. By approaching the process with open communication, we create a strong foundation for love and connection in all of our relationship. Thank you for tuning in to this episode, and we hope you feel inspired to set healthy boundaries with love in your own life. This has been the Underestimated Voices podcast. Remember, a day from now, it's Valentine's Day. Shower someone with love, and mostly shower yourself with love. You cannot drink from an empty bucket. There's nothing there. So let love start with you and spread it to others. May you have a blessed Valentine's Day. Remember, be you, do you, and mind your own business. It doesn't hurt. This is the Underestimated Voices podcast, amplifying the underestimated and empowering the unheard. God bless you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Underestimated Voices podcast. Remember, the power of a voice can change the world. Keep listening, keep sharing, and keep amplifying those underestimated voices. Together, let's make a symphony of stories that resonate far and wide. Stay inspired, stay curious, and join us again next time for more incredible narratives. Until then, keep listening and let your voice be heard. This is the Underestimated Voices podcast, amplifying the underestimated, empowering the unheard.